in this model, we're going to explain what an e-commerce is, the benefit of having an e-commerce website, how to upgrade your skill if you already have an e-commerce platform, how to profit in this e-commerce world, and then we're going to look at how to build and successfully run an e-commerce platform that is not only tailored for the Ghanaian market but also for the world at large. This is going to be a step-by-step guide. It's going to be very practical, so if you are willing to follow the few simple steps we're going to provide here, you're going to see that you can also do this for yourself in the next few days, and you can even start providing these services as a full-time e-commerce website designer for your customer. Now let's look at what is an e-commerce and what is the advantages of having an e-commerce platform. Now an e-commerce, short form for electronic commerce, is just basically it refers to buying and selling on the internet, buying products on the internet, providing services on the internet, all this that you're doing on the internet, and then you're getting paid for it over the internet. It might not even involve you meeting the person you're buying from, or you also meeting the person that you are selling to. So this is what makes up an e-commerce platform. This is all what makes up an electronics commerce, just buying, selling, trading on the internet. This is just all what e-commerce is all about. Now what are the advantages of having an e-commerce platform? Now, first of all, we're going to look at the low-cost startup. Now, low-cost startup, for to have an e-commerce platform, you don't need much startup. For me, I can say an amount. For me, I can say you can get an e-commerce platform for yourself with, let's say, 1,000 cedis going, even 800 Ghana cedis going. You can get yourself an e-commerce platform. Now, as compared to having a physical shop, where you have to either rent the land or buy the land, and then you have to get yourself the shop. Either is a container or it's going to be built with bricks, and then after that you're going to furnish it, paint it, and then do the wiring, the electronics and all that. And then you see the cost involved in having a physical shop is much more higher than having an e-commerce platform. I'm not saying having a physical shop is bad. People do combine. People do have a physical shop and also have an e-commerce platform. This leads us to the next advantage of having an e-commerce platform: wider reach. Now, when I said people do have a physical shop and also have an online e-commerce platform, because of the wider reach, it's just basically because an e-commerce platform will reach much more people than just a physical shop. Because if you're having a physical shop in the corner of in the town, and then you don't reach much people over there, because the only people getting to see you, people you post your product on Facebook or social media for them to call, and then maybe you can direct them to the shop, which might be a little bit stressful for them. And people that are passing by, they see your shop and then they decide to maybe stop by and patronize you. But an e-commerce platform gives you a wider reach. It can reach people even outside of the country. So long as they have access to the internet, they can find your product, and then with the new methods of shipping products outside of the country, you can still sell your product to people outside of your own vicinity. You can still provide your services to people outside of your own region, outside of your own village, outside of your own state, and all that. Now the next we have to look at is the convenience. Now let's look at we the Gen Zs. We don't like stress. We don't like anything that is going to inconvenience us. We don't even like going to the markets to just, if it was possible that you can go online and be purchasing fish and Maggi and Pepe and all these things online. Although yeah, there are stores these days, there are also e-commerce stores these days that provide these services where you can order foodstuffs and then they'll get it delivered to you in your house. That's what we are talking about. Convenience. People don't want to be stressed. Now, an e-commerce platform provides the convenience people need to still buy, to still get it delivered to their house, to their doorstep, without having to stress themselves, compared to the physical shop where someone has to stress out in order to come to your shop and then get all this delivered. An e-commerce platform is providing much more convenience for both the seller and the buyer. The next we have to look at is the scalability. Now you can grow your business more easily without the need for large physical structures, large physical shop. You can still grow your business online. Now when it comes to e-commerce, there is no limit to how far you can grow your e-commerce. There is no limit to how far you can post your product, as compared to a physical shop where you are confined to a particular space. Now you cannot outrun that space because you cannot put more products that is above the space that you've got. You cannot put more products more than the space you've gotten. So you are limited to a particular product. But as compared to an e-commerce platform where you can grow your business, post as many products as possible, customize it the way you want, do whatever you want with it, because it's on the internet and you can do whatever you want. These are the few advantage of having an e-commerce